How to properly virtual signal to the world. Step 1. Remove your shirt and all articles of clothing that might possibly interfere with direct contact with your skin. Step 2. Grab your cat o' nine tails and ensure that everything is nice and sharp and that they've got a good weight on them. And step 3, just start wailing on your own ass until you pass out, and then get up and say, I did that because I am too flippin' white. That's kind of what SAS Airlines is doing. So they released this ad. I've watched it. They did limit the ad themselves, but it's the internet. You can find it on YouTube everywhere. Come on, it's the internet, SAS. What were you thinking? You could magically make it disappear? Come on now. It had, when I saw it and it was up, 372 people liked the ad. 372. How much you want to bet that's like the production company and the actors and things like that, and the actors' friends and stuff, right? 372. And 16,482 thumbs down. That's quite a ratio. That is an insane ratio. They did take it down. I understand they've re-uploaded it. I haven't looked at that yet, but I assume it's going to be about the same. But when I looked at it, 372 people liked it. 16,482 said, what? And I would too. I mean, quite literally, they are saying, well, let's let them speak for themselves.
What is truly Scandinavian?
Grattis.
Absolutely nothing.
What is truly Scandinavian? Absolutely nothing. Yeah, your culture goes back for a very long time, thousands of years, and you haven't done nothing. Not one thing has your culture done. Not one. Nothing. Nothing, as you'll see them telling us. Incidentally, as I'm looking at this beautiful scenery, I'm like, why couldn't they just show the beautiful scenery and come fly Scandinavian Airlines and enjoy all this beautiful stuff? And no. But SAS Airlines did a response. They kind of doubled down on the ad. And in their response, I'm going to read it in my best good ad voice, but it would have been the perfect ad. And you're going to see the stark contrast between what should have been an ad and what they decided was an ad. And it's not an ad, it's just a simple virtual signal crapping on their own people.
Nada.
Niente. There is no such thing.
There is no such thing as anything Scandinavian. You think it's Scandinavian, you racist?
Everything is copied. Our democracy?
Människor som tillsammans formar framtiden.
Credit goes to Greece.
No, not really. Did Greece form a template? Yes, but as you'll see is a continuous thing in this, that they don't give credit to the fact that taking something and taking the good and shifting the bad and molding it and then adding your own good and molding it, and then over the years and generations changing some things a little bit more and getting rid of this and then changing some things a little bit more and getting rid of this, makes this thing that was an idea completely different and completely new. And in fact, that's what the idea of democracy in the United States used to be, was not that you have to be locked within your culture and you can only eat the things within your culture and you can only wear the food within your culture and you can only stay within these confines that your culture says you can stay in, and you're supposed to be allowed to experience other cultures and the best of other cultures. And hey, I like this part of this culture and I want to make it mine. If somebody is bringing something in from your culture into their life, that means your culture is winning. You have a good culture. Someone admires something about your culture. It makes them feel good or powerful or gives them strength or hope or dreams or whatever. It doesn't matter. If they're bringing something in from your culture, it's because there's something that they enjoy, something that they like. Remember, melting pot of society where we can get rid of the bad stuff. You know, you see this culture over here and you're like, you know what? This is good. This is good. that can go, that's good. Let's take all this here. Now, you know what? What can we do to make it better for how we believe we think? And then we add our ideas to it, and then it changes it. And then as time goes on, because remember, in my opinion, morals are both objective and subjective. In my philosophy class, that was rather a unpopular opinion, but I believe I have it backed up by fact. Simple history proves me right, in my opinion. But we take this and it changes over time and generations, and 10 generations later say, you know what, our founders had this idea, but we're going to change it to this and this, and it is absolutely completely different and a brand new thing. Imagine living in a world where you couldn't change the things that were good and make them better. Where would the advancement be? We'd be stuck just on this plane, going nowhere.
Parental leave?
Thank you, Switzerland.
The iconic Scandinavian windmills were actually invented in Persia. And we made the German bicycle a staple of our cities.
Yes, we're SAS Airlines, and what's a good commercial to get people to come to visit our country as tourists? Hi, we're Scandinavians, and we ain't done shit. We've stolen everything, and all we do is copy everybody else, but hey, come visit us.
It's Turkish. Smapple? Dutch.
What about licorice?
It's Chinese. And
What is so much dong? German.
then it gets worse.
As it gets worse, you lazy slobs. What? This is the message that they're saying. I'm not calling anybody that. Look, every culture has contributed something to somewhere down the line simply by existing. You have your own culture. Simply by nature of breathing and being a member of a certain demographic or skin color or nationality, there is something within your culture. And you can identify with other cultures. I see nothing wrong with that. If I want to go and identify as a Japanese or Chinese or whatever samurai, and I decide to go to school and learn the history of it and learn it and live the life of it, then so be it. What business is it of anybody else's? If that culture appeals to me and that culture has something that I enjoy, perhaps the honor or the appearance of strength, maybe I am weak inside and I need something to give me strength and inner strength so that way I can keep going and do things that need to be done. And the samurai culture appeals to me. That means that that culture has won. It is successful. An unsuccessful culture, nobody wants to take part in it. And they push it away. There's nothing good in it. Nothing good in it. And they disappear because there's nothing good. Nobody wants to propagate it.
Rumor has it the oh-so-Swedish meatballs might not be as Swedish as you think, but Turkish.
Even the Danish isn't Danish.
It's Austrian. And the pride of Norway, the paperclip, was actually invented by an American. And while we're at it, America, thank you for taking the first steps in empowering the women's rights movement. We're no better
Than our Viking ancestors.
That's right. You're no better than people who lived hundreds of years ago. Your lives are no better. No better. You guys go out and you grab your swords and you have these little fights and things over here and this and that, and no better. No better. Everything you had is trash. No better. No better. Your life is no better.
we take everything we like on our trips abroad, adjust it a little bit, and voila.
That is the point of life, though. That is how culture formed. Every single culture, if you go back and far enough in time, has borrowed things that they liked from another culture. Christmas, Halloween, Druids, everything is borrowed. You get into culture and you say, well, these people borrowed from these people, so these are the originals. Okay, well, hold on. Well, let's do the history of these individuals. Oh, well, no, wait a second. These people borrowed this part from this religion, and this part from this religion, and this part from this religion. So these were not valid, so now we've got these other three religions here. But wait a second. these people borrowed some of these people's religion and then also borrowed some of these people's religion, but changed the name of it and this and that. Come on now. Is that what we're going to do, is nitpick and everything so that way you can feel better about yourselves by virtual signaling to the world of, look how much we hate Whitey?
It's a unique Scandinavian thing. Going out into the world inspires us to think big, even though we're quite small. Because every time we go beyond our borders, we add colors,
Innovation. Progress.
And yes, why is it that every time we go beyond our borders, we add progress to ourselves, to our belief systems, to our vision of the world, and to the vision that we have of people as a whole? It's because when we go out in the world, we experience new things and new cultures and new ways of looking at something. And we take that back with us. That is what we're supposed to do. That is natural. That's supposed to happen. That's a good thing, yes. Thank you for mentioning a good thing about the Scandinavians, even though you said that Scandinavians are crap and they ain't done nothing. There's nothing Scandinavian. Now, in their response, this was simply what their commercial should have been. I'm going to read it in my best commercial voice, which is going to be crap, but this is how their commercial could have been. Imagine all the beautiful scenery and the lakes and the rivers and the trees and people smiling, and pick whatever good music you want in the background, and this voice comes on and the music and everything has just got you, and they're like, SAS is a Scandinavian airline that flies travelers to, from, and within Scandinavia. We stand behind the message in the movie that is about traveling, enriching us. When we travel, we both influence and are influenced by others. The experiences we bring from our travels affect us as individuals, but also our communities. We at SAS are proud of our Scandinavian origins and the values that characterize our open, equal, and democratic societies. Fly SAS Airlines. Or something to that effect. But no, they came out with this commercial of, you're crap, you ain't invented nothing, you're thieves, here's your whip, come fly our airlines, and, I don't know, we'll stick toothpicks under your fingernails until you scream out how horrible it is to be white. That's what I got, man. I just flabbergasted. Flabbergasted. Yes. White people, yes. Hate Whitey. Whitey hasn't done anything. Whitey ain't got no culture. I mean, come on now. Everybody has culture. Simply by existing, they are linked to some sort of culture. And besides, what is wrong with identifying with another culture? If it is something good that lifts you up and there's something you see in it that warms your heart, your spirit, your mind, your soul, your chi, whatever, that means that culture has done something good. That is a successful culture. And people of that culture should be looking, being like, yes, thank you. Would you like to know more about our culture? And bring them in and open the door. Not shut them out and come to this world where if you're Irish, you can only wear Irish clothing and eat Irish food and talk Irish. If you're Canadian, you can only dress like Mounties and eat whatever, you know. I mean, what? Is that where we want to go? Absurd. Anyways, that's what I got for you guys. Let me know what you think and give me some engagement. A thumbs up would be awesome. I love you guys. I'll see you on the next one.